Hi everyone, it's Kevin Magpie's channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video, I'll be doing my early season predictions for 2025. If you haven't seen Kevin Magpies, welcome, like, comment, share. If you're new to the channel, watch this for the first time, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Now, how I'll do this is I'll do an early one, and then I'll do the one after the preseason, an updated one, and yeah, we'll see how we go with that. Now, in 18th, I think it's pretty obvious that I've got Richmond Football Club. I think this is purely based on a rebuild that they are having at the moment, and I think that they will be on the bottom for the next 3 to 4 years potentially, and I can't see this being any better. I do think that that could be an opportunity as well, to see on how they go, but we'll see about on how they will go about it. 17th is West Coast. I definitely do think that would be the difference at this rate, but I do think that they are rebuilding as well. It'll be between those two teams that will finish off the bottom of the ladder in the bottom two. 16th, I've got Essendon. Look, I don't know what to do with Essendon. They either have a good team, they're a chance to make finals, and they fall away. Do I think they're a top 8 contender? No, but I'm not 100% sure on where they're at as a team. It's so hard to predict where Essendon's going to finish. So that's my issue with that being 16th. But they could finish higher. Definitely have to wait and see as well. 15th, I've got North Melbourne. I definitely see an improvement in this team. I think they're a much better team than what people give them credit for. So I think that would be a way that you see these two see North Melbourne going, and definitely that's something that I do see potentially as well. 14th, I got the Swans. I think they're going to struggle big time. I don't think they'll do well in season 2025. I think with Dean Cox is taking over now, it makes it difficult, purely based on what I've seen from this club. But it's going to be interesting because they've lost a few players, and now I don't know what's going to happen as well. 13th, I've got the Blues. Now, the reason why I say that is because I think their list is overrated. They got rid of Matt Kennedy, which you probably would have thought that he's a heart and soul player. And even Matt Orie isn't, love him or hate him, but he does give them that spark. And I probably thought that he was well deserving of a contract. But having said that too, it's not just the injuries that's a worry. It's also the way that they've been playing. They're inconsistent. Like, they can be good and they fall out of the 8. Like, they can have a bad fall. Their game plan is so hard because they're a clearance team and a contest team, but they play one quarter of footy, a good footy, and that's it. It's not enough, and I feel like they are gettable in 2025. 12th, I got the D's. I could have put them a lot lower as well. Look, me, Melbourne is under a lot more pressure in 2025, purely based on if they don't play finals, will Oliver Petrarca leave? And that is still going to hang over their heads. And I do think that that could potentially happen. We'll just have to wait and see. 11th, I've got the Doggies. Now, they're a team, to me, are so inconsistent. They're so bad. One minute they're a good team, and then they'll start off poorly, and then they'll work their way up, and then they finish off where they'll finish. Or they're meant to be a top 14, but they're not good enough. 10th, I've got the Gold Coast Suns. Look, it could happen for them. I'll have to wait and see. But this is just an early prediction from me on where I've got the Gold Coast Suns. and I think this could be an issue, but we'll have to wait and see what will happen. Ninth, I got the Hawks. I think they will drop purely based on, you see teams when they've had that rise and they unexpectedly made finals, they don't always stay in there. And I think when you look at the teams that have been playing, they're not playing opening round. Or I'm pretty sure they might be. But because of the season that they've had, yes, they've got two key defenders as well. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to help them dramatically. I do feel like with Hawthorn, they will be competitive, but they might have that drop and then get that rise again. Eighth, I got the Saints. The reason why I do have the Saints in eighth is that I think they have been flying in pre-season on what I've seen as well. Yes, they've lost some players, but I do think if they can get Max King on the park and they can get going a lot more and play that attacking brand of football, which they're capable of, and they've shown that in the later part of the season, if they can start the season off well, and if they have a form dip, then you can see what's going to happen. But having said that, I've got them in eighth at the moment. They got a tough run home, but they need to start the season off well. Can't afford to do what you do. Seventh, I got the Crows. I think for me, they're a team that you can't trust yet. But having said that too, I think with Adelaide, they play a fair bit games at home. So if they can win those games that they should win, I think it will help. They will. They do show at times where they're good enough, but you can't just trust them. Six, I got Geelong. Now I don't know where I'll put Geelong. To be honest, they're a tough one, whether they'll be up there or not. But I do see the Geelong definitely being in top 8 contention as well. Fifth, I've got the Dockers. Now, Fremantle supporters, you might love this a fair bit, but having said that too, I think that if Freo can take that next step and win some of the games that they should not have lost, you guarantee you they'll be playing finals. The same thing that I could be saying about Collingwood, but I won't get to them yet. You just have to wait and see on what happens. Fourth, I got the Giants. Now, my issue with the Giants is, have they learned from choking in big games when they've given up leads? That's my only issue that I have with them. If they haven't learned, I think it's going to hurt them. Do I think they're top 4 team? Yes. But they've proven to play well, but they can't finish off. Number 3, I got Port. Now, I do see Port Adelaide as another team that, to me, if they frustrate me a little bit, I don't know what to expect. If Ken Hinkley doesn't win his flag, I think it's time to move on. I think he's been there for far too long. That's where I see them going at it as well. Number 2, I've got the Brisbane Lions. Now, people say, why do you have Brisbane at 2? They won the flag last year. I think they're going to drop off. They have that early season drop off and then they'll rise up. But I think they'll try and keep that ledger as much as they possibly can. Because playing opening round does hurt them a little bit. It hurt them last year. Same way I hurt Collingwood last year. I do think that being there is so difficult, and the loss of Danaher, I think, will hurt them a little bit. I might do I'll definitely do obviously the another season predictions after preseason as well. So we'll see what happens. But I do see them starting the season off slow as well. I think they'll find a way to really score. Number 1, Collingwood. Is there a bit bias in it? I think, to be honest, there were games where I felt like, why did we drew? Why did we lose? The Suns game, that comes back and fables me. The St Kilda game, the Bulldogs game as well, a little bit in that. And how the hell we drew against Fremantle. I think we'll, because we got 3-0 twice, I think we'll win in Melbourne and lose in Perth. That's just probably my opinion. I think we'll start the season off well because we finished 9th. I think we will get that rise up to the players that we brought in. And I've been going to watch Collingwood train, so I know exactly what's going on with that. But I do think that that's going to be a way of how we're going to go forward with as well. So I definitely do think that we'll get that rise. We'll have a bit of a slump and get that back up there when we need to, and then look to play finals as well. Rising star, I'm going to go with Levi Ashcroft. I think he will get it, to be honest, and I would not be surprised if he does. Many people might go Sam Layla. He's my second pick, but I think Levi will get that. Coleman medal. This is interesting because Collins is so hard to predict. You don't know on who's going to get it and where. So I think with that, there's a couple players I will set. One player that I think that can do it, I don't know Jesse Hogan will go back to back. But having said that too, there is a chance, if I may say this, I reckon that we could see potentially, if everything goes to plan, I definitely can see not Toby Green, but Jeremy Cameron, I think, can win it. Can win the Coleman. And I think that might be a left field choice, or might be the most obvious reason. I think that he can definitely get off to a good start as well. Grand final, Collingwood and Giants. Grand final, North Smith will be Nick Dacos, and Brownlow medal. There's 2 players I'm going to chuck in here. Nick Dacos, I definitely will put him in there. Another player that I would like to see win the Brownlow medal, and I think this might be a bit of a hot take, but I would love to see, if I were to be honest enough to say this, I would love to see either Adam Treloar. I think he'll have a good season, or I think it could be Petrarca as well that could take that next step. So that my third choice is Petrarca. Second choice is clearly Adam Treloar. I think if it's not Nick Dacos, I'm going to go with Adam Treloar as well. Hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to drop a like as well as drop a sub. Bye for now.